So, marketing. First off, let's just do some quick introductions so people know who's who, just who you are and who you're with, and that'd be great. Bark, if you could kick us off.
Okay, I'm Bar Gupender. I'm founder of Mobomo. Actually, we've been with this group almost 3 years now.
Yes.
And we're growing pretty rapidly. We have 30 developers all over the world, 10 here, 20 in India. We're basically a global product development company.
I'm Jamie Harvey. I'm the CEO of Sponto. So in addition to Sponto, I also started a co-working space downtown called Geek Easy.
Thank you. I was going to get to that, but yes, Geek Easy actually is an official location where MoDev DCers can hang out. Tell us just a little bit more about it.
Oh, sure. So Geek Easy is down on Florida Avenue in the Chili Bowl. It's a 5,000 square foot space with in an Art Deco building with glass brick in the offices and a very cool event space, which is about 3,500 square feet. So we hosted like the Proudly Made in DC 1-year birthday party, and we're doing the I don't know if you guys have seen Startup DC, but that event's actually being run out of Geek Easy. So it's essentially a co-working space that's turning into the clubhouse for geeks in DC.
All right. We'll be doing something there soon. Terry.
Yes.
We have a 100 megabyte connection. We got beautiful Wi-Fi everywhere. Yeah.
It's called Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
Terry.
Yes, hi, my name is Terry Shao. I'm the CEO and founder of Hook Mobile. We provide web service APIs to help mobile app developers with communication needs for messaging and IP voice.
I'm Jim Casey. I work for App47. We're a mobile application management company based out of Reston, Virginia. We provide a platform to be able to deploy mobile apps through your own branded app store, manage those, push out configuration updates on the fly, and give deep analytics. So for those people that got the pitch for Flurry earlier, App47 can actually help you with that as well. So.
All right, excellent. Yeah, so panel tonight kind of represents different walks of life relative to mobile, and I think that with regards to marketing, it is really the Wild West out there in the space, whether you're a platform or an app provider to consumers. I think first off, let's kind of set what happened in 2011, and if anybody wants to take the first question, what do you think the biggest thing that people went out with in 2011 that we're not going to see in 2012 with regards to marketing in the mobile space? Is there anything that comes to mind? And anybody's welcome to take the question. What didn't work in 2011 that people basically left behind?
I will just speak from, we are focused on the enterprise marketing to businesses, so a little bit different than the consumer marketing that some of the other panelists are doing. And, some of the things, I was joking earlier, handing the yellow pages out to your sales team doesn't work anymore. Direct buying lists is kind of that yellow pages, in my opinion. When it comes to developing mobile apps, it reminds me, maybe I'm dating myself, but I used to do sales for UUNet back in the day, selling bandwidth, and there was no list that you can call because it was every walk of life. It was a person in their basement, their garage, it was somebody that was doing it indie, and then there were businesses rolling out websites and different web applications. It's now the same with mobile apps. There's no list that I can go purchase to go market to. It really takes getting out there in front of people, being at events like this, being at hackathons and things like that, finding out who are the people that are developing mobile apps for their businesses or for themselves to start a business.
So maybe we started to see the maturity of the market from a marketing standpoint, move away from the traditional, what we might think of as traditional marketing strategies, like you said, going through, like you said, the yellow pages of businesses, and that doesn't exist anymore. So let's talk a little bit about what does exist, and what are your highest priorities, Jim? What are your highest priorities as an enterprise solution provider relative to marketing?
I'd say for us, being very new, it's brand awareness and then increasing engagement with the people that do find us. We offer a free trial of our service, and we want to really make that a lot more sticky for people. Get them in, try out rolling out an app store. You don't have to have already developed your own app internally yet, use the public apps that are available through iTunes and Android and Microsoft, and roll those out to your employees, get them used to coming to an app store that's branded with your logo, get them comfortable using their own phones to come to their company branded app store to use publicly available apps. Then as you roll out your own internal apps, start deploying those into the same service that you're using through App 47. So for us, it's to increase engagement, get people, kind of the gateway in, and then start continually using that to grow their business.
So you said brand awareness. I'll refer to you from now on as Jim from App 47
Thank you.
tonight. Okay.
Appreciate that.
So, thank you, Jim from App 47. No, that's interesting. I think all of you are all pioneers in the space, obviously. So when you're pioneers, you have to do a lot of education of the market. So you can't just sell the market. The market has to be educated on how to buy your products. So, Bark, how much of that do you guys have to do as a mobile development shop? With regards to the market, how much education do you find yourselves doing versus, pure selling?
That's actually a great question. When we started, a lot of people didn't have iPhones or Android phones and stuff, so we didn't have to do a lot of education, and we had to show how important the mobile platforms were. We used all sorts of graphs. We no longer have to do that. People get it, they see it, because if they're doing newsletters or something like that, they see their traffic going up significantly faster than their regular web traffic and stuff. So we have to do very little education, and more people are relying on speed because they want to get to the market faster with as little risk as possible. The other thing is, I think there are sort of basically three major platforms right now, right? The iPhone, Android, and HTML5. We see those three being almost equal at this point. And also a lot of companies and entrepreneurs, they don't have expertise in all three platforms. So for companies like that, it's a great, having expertise, having a track record is our marketing strategy, actually. The more we can crank these out. Like one of our taglines is, there isn't a product we can't build out there. Like, show us anything and we'll build it for you. Soup to nuts kind of thing. So that's how we're doing marketing, a lot of relationship-based stuff.
The last part of that is if you have the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And,
$20,000 a month.
yeah, that's right. I mean, you go after the right customers, and that's an okay tagline. So Terry, how are you? Terry, how is Hook Mobile finding the developer community that is going to utilize your platform and your APIs to build out, their suite of communication, or a app using your suite of communication tools?
Yeah, it's very difficult. We look at some of our competitors, Twilio being one. They've been very successful having the public API. We have kind of taken an approach that we don't want to be a public API. We want to work with larger companies we didn't want to publish our pricing where the public APIs tend to do. For us, in terms of, it's all about providing a message and getting the message out to the appropriate audience. For us, the message is very simple, which is, if you have a mobile app, and the best way to promote and market your app is to your existing user base. The way we do it is by allowing the app have an embedded SMS to send an SMS message to our server, where then the platform captures the mobile user's phone number. Now that's step number one, because once you capture the mobile number, you have done somewhat of an authentication already. You know what that user is, and that's a unique user ID. Then the second piece is we have the ability to look into the mobile address book. And once I capture your number, then I know what other user's address book contains your number. And then you could do these associations of correlation. For example, there's direct relationship. If Pete's number is in my address book, then that's a direct relationship. Or if my number and Pete's numbers are both in Jamie's address book, and that's an indirect relationship. And the idea is we could provide the intelligence of the address book, such as a device platform. So for example, our API will provide you with a list of iOS devices in your active user's address book. And with these correlations, you could create those recommendation engine for the app developer to market to the most likely referrals, and that works really well for social gaming platforms. You know, the social gaming online world is now moving to the mobile app space, and what they want to do, of course, is bring you into the game, but you can't assume everybody's going to be in the app at all times. And when they do coordinations, what I call the out-of-band messaging, you need to create these out-of-band messaging to coordinate attacks or whatever it is. And the out-of-band messaging has to be done from app to outside the app, and that's messaging, that's SMS, that's MMS. So we create an all-inclusive solution for mobile app developers to market their app to their most likely users. Basically, you know, the closest users away from their active users.
And so building on, just one other question on that. You know, you mentioned looking at address books and stuff. How's your privacy policy?
Yeah, very good question. So we've effectively look through the Apple's privacy policy. Basically, we follow it's a carbon copy of Apple's privacy policy, which is we don't sell any of your data, but we create the value to the affiliate. So we create the intelligence to the app developers, and it's up to the app developer to use that data to improve your user experience.
Okay, interesting. That's a whole nother discussion. Yes. So Jamie, as we were just kind of getting into, as an app developer that is consumer driven, yeah. And Jim talked a little bit about building brand awareness. As you guys are getting ready to go from the DC market to nationwide, what sort of things do you have planned in 2012 to build that awareness?
Well, so if for those of you that downloaded Sponto, you'll notice that the only way into Sponto right now is to log in through Facebook. And we probably will round that out with a login through Twitter and a login through Foursquare. But at the end of the day, what we're leaving behind is anything that we don't have to do. So if I can do SMS through Terry's platform, and if I can do measurement through App47, really actually what I was trying to say was measure more than flurry. But I'm pretty enamored with Flurry right now, so I'll take a look at your platform. So every action that you end up taking on Sponto will essentially not get archived anywhere in Sponto, because Sponto doesn't actually live anywhere permanently. It all ends up in your Facebook or in your Twitter or in your Foursquare. Mm-hmm. Essentially, we're going to let them handle owning the timeline for you. We're not going to compete with Facebook anywhere. So as a result, what we're really intending to do is create that kind of Spotify experience of like, oh, this person's here. Oh, this person's doing this. Oh, this person just uploaded a photo, and build the brand awareness through Sponto, really through that parasitic following on the traffic of Facebook and going through their social graph.
Sure. So let's talk about social networking a little bit and Facebook. So we have 4 different providers of different types of services and apps, and I think is social networking Facebook a big part of your priority, Jim from App47?